This is Sunrise Extra, streaming live on Wave Now.
Yes, happy Monday, first full week of 2026. So time to get up and get moving, right?
And the weather at least is good today, so that kind of helps you.
For
You're not dealing
sure.
with
Imagine
rain.
if it was raining.
Yeah, I think everybody would be hitting the snooze button. But today, we have really good weather in our forecast, which is certainly good news. But make sure you're bundled up as you're heading out the door, because we are seeing those temperatures in the 20s and low 30s yet again. 32 now at the airport in Louisville, 28 for those of you in Seymour, 28 as well in Munfordville, 32 in Frankfurt. So everyone's off to a chilly start. We're seeing clear skies across the entire area this morning, and we'll watch for plenty of sunshine over the next 12 hours. This will take us back into the mid to upper 50s later on today. A bit breezy as we head into the afternoon, by the way, with some of those wind gusts near 25 miles per hour. And by the way, as we look ahead, we are going to keep the mild weather in our forecast all the way through your Wednesday. Keep in mind, even though we have small rain chances on Tuesday, the first half of the week will be our dry time before we add in more rain chances later on this week. So if you're trying to get maybe some of the holiday decorations down, today through Wednesday will be the time frame to do that. Rob?
Okay, Tawana, thanks so much. And if you're getting back in the swing of things, getting ready to go back to work and school this morning, you're not alone. Good morning to you. The good thing is nice forecast out there and nice on the road so far. We certainly like that to the first Monday of the new year. The big picture showing a lot of green out there this morning. No major tie-ups or slowdowns. The yellow icon is just showing a couple of disabled vehicles out there. So certainly watch your speed through any of those areas. Speaking of speed, drive times now, 10 minutes and under on 65. Again, to the right of that 65, looking nice and clear out there. If we have any issues to talk about, we'll certainly let you know throughout the morning. Shannon.
Thank you. Right now, Metro ABC is taking steps to limit access to a Louisville private lounge after 4 people were shot inside over the weekend. Police say 4 people between the ages of 17 and 21 were shot at Lenny's Lounge on Klondike Lane Sunday morning. Investigators say 1 person is critical. LMPD has not said what led to the shooting. No one's been charged with the shooting, but the bar's owner, James Connor, was arrested. Police say he violated the terms of a domestic violence order, which prohibits him from possessing firearms. LMPD says he is not charged in connection to the shooting. Alcohol Beverage Control says it's begun an emergency suspension investigation, though, on Lenny's Lounge. The agency's director says they're reviewing the circumstances surrounding the shooting and their operations. Today, LMPD is expected to release body camera video of 2 recent police shootings. One of the shootings involved a foot chase before police fired their weapons. Police say on December 18th, officers responded to shots fired near West Chestnut Street and chased Asia McNeely into an alley. They say he refused to show them his hands and said one of them was on his weapon. Investigators say officers shot McNeely because he was reaching for his waistband. McNeely was treated at the hospital and arrested. He is charged with wanton endangerment and possession of a handgun by a felon. The other shooting happened the next day on Bardstown Road near the Gardner Lane Shopping Center. Police say officers saw Winthrop Taylor try to carjack and fire a gun at another driver. So one officer fired his gun back. The other driver was shot. Police haven't said if it was a bullet from Taylor or the officer that hit the victim. Taylor then took off from the scene and was later arrested after trying to hide in an apartment. Taylor is facing multiple charges, including attempted murder and robbery. The video from both of those shootings is expected to be released this afternoon at 3. Ousted Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife are expected to appear in a federal court today. They face several drugs and weapons charges. Jen Sullivan reports on the next steps for the South American country, plus reaction from Capitol Hill.
The deposed president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, now a prisoner of the United States. Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were captured by U.S. forces overnight Saturday following intense missile strikes in the country's capital city of Caracas.
Maduro and his wife, both indicted, gave up and were taken into custody.
Venezuela's ousted leader, now behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York City, where he faces multiple drug and weapons charges, including narco-terrorism conspiracy and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices against the United States. Maduro has denied being involved in drug trafficking. Maduro's capture now raising many questions about who is now in charge of Venezuela.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition.
On NBC's Meet the Press, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying a regime change is the goal.
The goal of the policy is to see changes in Venezuela that are beneficial to the United States, first and foremost, because that's who we work for, but also, we believe, beneficial for the people of Venezuela.
While Maduro was seen by many as an authoritarian leader who violated human rights, the action to capture him and his wife has raised serious concerns about the U.S. violating international law.
Maduro could, in fact, be a bad actor, but there is a process that needs to be played.
Meanwhile, congressional Democrats are raising concerns about the nature of U.S. actions in Venezuela and claim that the Trump administration bypassed Congress.
Only Congress has the power to declare war.
The Trump administration says nothing they've done so far has required congressional approval. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
President Trump hinted at the possibility of future U.S. military strikes in Venezuela, telling reporters during the press briefing the U.S. is ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. Members of both political parties, meanwhile, are speaking out following the strike. Split over the action, Representative Morgan McGarvey from Louisville says Congress was not informed about the strike and says in briefings over the past few months by officials of the Trump administration, Congress was told they were not focused on regime change.
They were lying then, and now we know what it's for. And we gotta make sure that we are protecting American interests and Americans. I'm watching this on TV just like everybody else. I was watching in the kitchen. The whole family was around it, and I said, "Did he just say the United States is running Venezuela?" And actually rewound it on the TV to make sure I heard him correctly.
Republican Representative Thomas Massie said if this action were constitutionally sound, the Attorney General wouldn't be tweeting that they've arrested the president of a sovereign country and his wife for possessing guns in violation of a 1934 U.S. firearm law. Republican Indiana Senator Todd Young released this statement saying, in part, this should be an opportunity to bring Maduro to justice for his many crimes and a day of new hope for the Venezuelan people. Select lawmakers in Washington, D.C. are set to be briefed on the next steps for Venezuela today. Oh, yes, this is the morning that all those kids have to get up, get back into the routine. Students across our area going back to school after that nice winter break. This includes JCPS, but it comes as there is increased flu activity. Metro Public Health and Wellness says there's been more than 3,700 cases of the flu reported in Jefferson County since the end of September. Health leaders say the best way to keep your children from spreading germs is to make sure that they wash their hands. And for teachers, health officials recommend disinfecting things that kids touch or use frequently in the classroom. Doctors also say it is not too late to get the flu shot.
It's probably not going to do a great job of protecting you against infection against the new variant, but it will do a good job of preventing you from getting seriously ill.
One child in Kentucky has died from the flu this season. The State Department for Public Health also reports emergency department visits and hospitalizations for the flu among children younger than 5 are higher than they were a year ago. In Hardin County, health leaders say a plan to help curb fatal overdoses is working. Members of the Quick Response Team say their goal of rapid and effective responses to families affected by substance abuse is helping. Let's go back to Rob Wells with more details.
Hi, Shannon. The Hardin County Quick Response Team says that overdose rates were cut by some 34% in 2025. The Hardin County Coroner's Office confirmed 28 fatal overdoses last year. Now, that number was 42 the year prior. The Quick Response Team, which started in 2021, says it comes down to fast action. That team is made up of individuals from the Coroner's Office, Sheriff's Department, and the Health Department. They aim to respond to people who survived an overdose in Hardin County within 24 to 72 hours of the initial referral which is made. Outreach includes connecting survivors with everything from support groups to additional detox programs.
The EMS crews have been trained and they're able, we just have like a little QR code and they're able to scan that and actually do a referral to the Hardin County Quick Response. From that referral, we're able to kind of see, you know, is this person, is it mental health or is it substance abuse? And we're able to get a group together and go meet that person where they are, go knock on doors.
She added that some 55 people died from confirmed overdoses in 2022 in Hardin County. She says that was the highest reported in several years. The quick response team launched after Hardin County received a grant to obtain opioid abatement money to offset the problem. She said the program is still evolving even after being around for the past 4 years. Shannon?
Thank you, Rob. Indiana State Police say they were able to stop more than 300 pounds of cocaine from entering communities in the Hoosier State. Police say they found all of this stashed in a tractor trailer that was pulled over on Interstate 70 for a compliance inspection. A canine then alerted troopers to potential drugs in the trailer. This cocaine is estimated to be worth $7 million. Two people, Gurpreet Singh and Jasper Singh from California, were both arrested in connection to the discovery. Investigators believe they were transporting the drugs from Joplin, Missouri. Tomorrow, Kentucky lawmakers return to Frankfort to start a new legislative session, and the big goal this year is to pass a new 2-year state budget. Other proposed bills include a bill to create a vocational campus at a state prison to help inmates get a job. Also, a bill to require all police agencies partner with ICE for immigration enforcement, plus a bill to stop people from using SNAP benefits to buy junk food. Governor Beshear is expected to reveal his legislative priorities in his State of the Commonwealth address Wednesday. The General Assembly will start their session tomorrow. The legislative session is expected to wrap up in April. Today, we expect to learn more about a new investment in the Louisville Free Public Library. Mayor Craig Greenberg and the Library Foundation will announce a significant donation towards Metro's $1 Million Match Challenge. The goal is to double community support for books and materials at library branches. The announcement will be made at noon at Trellis Brewing on Logan Street. National Guard troops withdraw from many U.S. cities, but President Trump says he might now reverse that decision. We'll tell you what could influence the president's order coming up. This is the first full week of 2026, and for a lot of people, this is a time when they start some new health and wellness goals. Wave News reporter Kirsten Foote has more from Norton Health and Wellness Center this morning.
Right, many people have health and wellness goals for the new year, and doing so can be a little hard, and we all need a little bit of guidance. And I am here with Molly Ward. She is a performance coach here at Norton Health and Wellness. And Molly, if someone wants to start a fitness routine, what are some do's and don'ts of that?
I definitely would say trying to pick maybe just 1 or 2 days a week going to the gym, because you don't need to overreach your goals. Because if you can stay consistent with at least that 1 or 2 days, then you may add a 3, 4, maybe even 5 days a week. But staying consistent probably with at least 1 or 2 days is a good way to start. There's not really any bad ways to go about getting into the gym. I just wouldn't listen to any of the crazy influencers online, as they probably are going crazy amounts of hours to the gym, which is not needed for everyone.
Absolutely. And we got some dumbbells here too. An easy way to start, working out. What are some exercises that you can do with these?
So with our dumbbells, I always like to do a good shoulder press. So starting at your shoulders, making sure you're pressing straight up overhead. Good for working our shoulders, our deltoids, and good for our spinal stability. And then we can drop and leave those dumbbells right on our shoulders and go in for some squats.
Oh, perfect. Easy. Good little twofer almost.
You can go as low as you're comfortable going. And then we also have, you can do bicep curls, bringing those dumbbells down. Basically right here, what we just did full body exercises.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I mean, another good reminder too for people might be to pick up some weights and quality over quantity too. Yeah. I feel like people might kind of get the wrong idea sometimes.
Yeah, it's definitely good to start. Of course, always like starting lighter, making sure your body adapts to the weight before you try to go and reach for those 50-pound dumbbells, and you end up throwing your back out. We don't want to do that.
And you're a coach here too, coaching people. Where can people find you here, and how should they get involved in the class if they want to come start out here?
Yeah, so we have our website, Norton Sports Health Performance and Wellness Center. We're off of Westport Road. You can look up online, and we have a it's called Mind Body, that you can schedule classes and look forward into our schedule. And if you ever want to get in touch with a coach, you can come in person or call, and you can fill out a personal training inquiry form if you're interested.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the advice. It's going to help so many people on the first Monday of the new year, bringing in the new year, and another 2 fresh starts really in the span of a couple days. So it's perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Thank you, Kirsten. So maybe you're thinking of adding more walking, running into your routine too. How's the weather for that today?
Absolutely fantastic. Most of my workouts are inside though. But for those of you who are going to be heading out, maybe you're going for a morning walk or run. Hey, you will have to battle some chilly temperatures, but at least overall the weather pretty quiet. Not seeing much going on all across most of the Ohio Valley. We do have one warm front drifting on by, and that's going to keep the southerly wind in our forecast for today. So as of right now, seeing clear skies for almost everybody. Some of these upper level clouds will stream through as the morning goes along and even into this afternoon. But looking at our SkyTrack camera towards downtown Louisville from New Albany, a beautiful sunrise in the making. By the way, we see sunrise officially at 8 a.m. Your temperature is in the 20s and low 30s right now. So this is why you're going to need to bundle up. The jacket, the coat, the gloves, definitely going to be needed, especially for those kids heading back to school. But as we head over the next 12 hours, we'll easily climb into the mid to upper 50s for your afternoon highs as we watch those upper level clouds drifting by. Even more clouds are expected overnight tonight into early tomorrow. And this will happen as yet another warm front drifts through our region, helping to kick up those temperatures. So we'll drop down into the 40s towards midnight. And then we'll see that warming trend as we head towards sunrise tomorrow, eventually around 6, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. A lot of us will be climbing back into the 50s at that point, ending up near 60 degrees for an afternoon high for your Tuesday. As we keep the clouds overhead, a cold front sweeping through will bring some light rain chances towards midday on Tuesday into the early afternoon. That pushes on out once we roll into your Tuesday evening, but overall not a lot of rainfall expected with that system tomorrow. Less than 1/10 of an inch of rain, and that is it. Also will be a bit breezy for your Tuesday with gusts between 20 and 30 miles per hour. Then we have a quiet Wednesday before yet another system moves our way for Thursday into Friday and Saturday. This will bring multiple rounds of rainfall. For some of those Friday showers and thunderstorms, some of those could be on the stronger side. Everything starts to move out on Sunday before another quick hitting system could bring some light snow into our forecast on Sunday. So we'll keep an eye on that trend. But in terms of the rain chances for right now, we're looking at around 1/2 inch to 2 inches of rainfall across our region with that late week system. And once we head into the end of the weekend, it's all about that colder air taking over, and the chilly weather stays with us at least through next Wednesday.
Thank you. Today, the trial of a former police officer who responded when a gunman attacked an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, will begin. Adrian Gonzalez is facing charges of child abandonment and endangerment. Prosecutors allege Gonzalez failed to engage, distract, or delay the gunman when he opened fire at Robb Elementary School in 2022. The shooting killed 19 children and 2 teachers. Gonzalez's lawyers say he actively responded to the threat. President Trump says he will be ready to send the National Guard back into U.S. cities. Last week, the president announced the National Guard will be leaving Chicago, Los Angeles, and Portland. The announcement comes after the Supreme Court blocked the president from deploying the National Guard to Chicago to protect ICE agents. However, President Trump suggested that the troops could be redeployed.
You know that Portland, we got it down to almost no crime. Do you know that? But we pulled it out. We had a Supreme Court decision. We can go back. We're allowed to go back in. But we'll go back in when the crime starts. Look, the crime will soon start because they now know that we're out.
More than 2,400 National Guard members from 10 states remain deployed on the streets of Washington, D.C. New this morning, a Chinese electric vehicle maker has overtaken Tesla as the world's largest seller of EVs. The company, BYD, reported it sold 2.26 million EVs in 2025, up nearly 28% from the previous year. Friday, Tesla reported a second straight year of declining sales. BYD was able to dethrone Tesla even though its EVs are not available for purchase in the U.S. China is Tesla's second largest market. Indiana football looking to take another step now towards the national championship. How Coach Curt Cignetti is getting the Hoosiers ready to play Oregon. Pretty exciting. The Indiana Hoosiers looking to build on their historic football season this week. Coach Curt Cignetti and his team are preparing to travel to Atlanta to take on Oregon in the Peach Bowl. It comes after the program's first Rose Bowl win last week. Indiana beat Oregon in Eugene 20-30 earlier this season. This time, a trip to the national championship is on the line. Coach Cignetti says a rematch creates unique challenges.
It'll be a tremendous challenge because Oregon, they're very well coached and they got good players. They're explosive on offense. They run the ball really well. They're very balanced. The line does a good job, and then they spread it around the pass games. And defensively, great speed, fly the ball, multiple hats. Both teams will have some wrinkles, obviously, and both teams have sort of morphed since that game because it was a while back. You put the best plan together you can, but at the end of the day, it's which team executes the best plan play out.
Kickoff for that game is Friday night, 7:30. And according to Ticketmaster, the get-in price is starting around $192. Wow. Go IU. We'll be right back.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Oxmoor Auto Group.
Good morning. I'm Shannon Kogan. Metro ABC is taking steps to limit access to a Louisville private lounge after 4 people were shot inside over the weekend. Police say 4 people between the ages of 17 and 21 were shot at Lenny's Lounge on Klondike Lane Sunday morning. Investigators say 1 person is critical. LMPD has not said what led to the shooting, but Alcohol Beverage Control says it's begun an emergency alcohol suspension at that business. All right, we have the kids heading back to school today after the winter break. How's the weather, Tawana?
Thankfully, very quiet. We are seeing clear skies across most of the region this morning, and that matches up with what we're seeing on our SkyTrack camera. A beautiful start to the day, that is for sure. But don't let that image confuse you. Yeah, no, we're still chilly out there. We're in the 20s and low 30s across the region this morning. But with the help of a lot of sunshine in our forecast, we're easily going to climb into the mid to upper 50s for highs later on today. Looking ahead to tomorrow, much more of those clouds overhead, and then we'll add in some small rain chances and some windy conditions on your Tuesday as well. A much better chance for rainfall arriving towards the end of this week, and even keeping an eye on the potential for a few strong storms on Friday. By the time we head into the weekend, our temperatures fall, and we could even see some snow trying to move through parts of Wave Country. Rob?
All right, Tawana, thanks so much at 7:28. Good morning to you. If you're heading back out to work or school for the first time in several days, a good note to start on. No major traffic issues right now. Nice dry conditions out there. The big map showing a lot of green. That's a good sign with no accidents to report. The little yellow icons. A couple of slowdowns because of some disabled vehicles. So certainly watch your speed in those areas. Otherwise, looking at your drive times, you're still at 10 minutes or under using 65. Make sure to buckle up as you head out this morning, and we'll see you in 25 minutes from now.